My beautiful, beautiful brain. Look at it. Just floating there. Majestically. Well, so let's see. Yoink.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been? Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
You know, this sounds like something I would think to myself, too.
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie? Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes.
You are.
I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
You're literally in charge of...
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason. All those feeling glands, they come from glands, free of the tyranny of your ape. Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other...
That sounds fun.
Fun? Is tetanus fun?
Yes.
The things you do with our body are suicidally dangerous, and if you could silence your glandular... After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to get...
And how did he manage that?
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation... I'm quite sure whatever... Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor. Well...
Yeah, don't you want to...
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing.
Well, fuck you!
Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
I haven't pissed once ever since I got shot in Good Springs. Arms, cool breeze. Love.
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones.
Yeah.
I suppose you're right. But
you can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way that you think.
Indeed, quite.
Think. No, I want my brain. I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we're separated. We're meant to be together, especially since every other lobotomy in the history of existence has gone terribly. Citation, those fools out there.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the
Yes. Want to join me for some more wild adventures, dude?
Well, I suppose you've convinced... Unfortunately, before we get to that...
Yeah.
Even if I could settle myself back, we would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the...
Let's go make stomping time.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell me, what exactly...
I think... Yeah. I'm gonna show them what's really the brightest. You like witty things. You're my brain. You like witty comebacks like that.
Oh, energy weapons. Yes. I'd almost forgotten how much fun those are. How do we proceed then? Right. Look out, think tank. This I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty...
Yeah?
Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the thing... Right then, off we go. Clyde will be in for a nasty shock.
Yes! I can't wait to kill those bastards. What do I do with you then?
Oh, I hypothesize after the indignant frequencies my receptors had recepted such a...
Yeah. I have a mentat.
Why, of course you can. I am well versed.
Yay! No.
If I recall, I had a plan that was working. Whatever. I wasn't trying to kill Blast.
Tactics?
That will be difficult. It would be like fighting 5 scaled-down versions of me. And they have an arsenal of vivisectors, brainial beams, and a rather... If you could survive those highly improbable odds and ends, then deceasing them. Although, I doubt killing them would do anything except make you feel better. Something ingenious and needlessly complicated. I forgot I had forgotten pencils until one day I found one. Well, you could try and appeal to their humanity. That's a tired cliche.
Yeah, I noticed.
And really, when they were humans, they weren't very good humans.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Well, there's many things they have forgotten, sitting in their bowls. Friendship, the thrill of discovery, love, masturbation, the usual. Much like your brain, a wise man once said, or if not, then you came along, and bravery...
I'd really like to kill them. But let's see.
Oh, tell them I'm still alive. We had a... Or you could... And if you are partial to lying and deception, well, they're more than a little gullible. A bet. And if you speak of me, please...
So, here's my thought process. If I convince them, that probably requires a speech check multiple times, therefore getting me more XP. More XP is good. So, I'm gonna do that. And if I can't, well, I guess I murdered them. I am very pissed about being an errand boy about it all. Flower. And as, like, I don't know, it's a very weird thing, because they could definitely, they would bring in more people like me to do more experiments on. And while I haven't come from a vault tech, that doesn't...
Not an angry bone in my body. Have them all removed.
He kind of derailed my train of thought there. Where was it going with that? Right. Gonna try and talk to them about it first. Hopefully keep them satisfied. And if not, well, it's shopping time. Mobius, he's actually a bit of a genius keeping them in like that. I have to give credit where it's due. Keeping them something to keep thinking about instead of, you know, where all the action is. And by keeping them occupied with that, they haven't been able to expand outside of the mountain. If that was your goal. That kind of interaction with the brain, it's kind of like, I can easily see my brain being like that. We argue like that all the time. Like, why are you doing this? Why did you postpone that? We both knew that it was going to end terribly, and we did it anyway. Like starting this YouTube channel. Oh baby. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh, 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 yes, yes, all the mentats in the world are mine. Yes,
So loving.
look at all the mentats. Look at them all.
Just
Look at all of them. Oh, fuck yeah. And there's more! You are really drugged out of your fucking mind. Oh, shit. Whiskey, mentats. How the fuck do you consume them? Do you guys need to eat? Maybe, just maybe I will kill them anyway, because they were all like, look at this lobotomized bitch. She's inferior in every way. Oh, we're so snobby and so smart. Oh, none of them are French. Well, maybe the one. But it's definitely not out of the question to kill them now. And while I'm out and about,
you ever seen a biological research station this full of seed?
oh god. So after mulling over it and consulting the internet, I decided to put everything back. Getting my spine back actually increases my damage threshold and strength to 2. The head will still be, like, some of the perks will remain, but they'll be reduced. But I'll get new ones. Getting my heart back means that healing on it's more effective. Shut up.
I'd like to meet the man
You require some
who's got no blues to sing.
But torso crippled again? That's fine. I don't think it's ever gotten crippled. But your strength and damage doubled. That's good. Ah, my spine! Yeah, I'm prepared. Huh. And I could bring out weapons now. Oh. Well. Alright. Oh.
Klein's an impatient man.
Fine. I'll talk to him. Klein.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. I recommend watching. Now, your brain.
There's some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the... With it, we can finally leave this place. I can't...
Yeah.
And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile...
My schoolhouse is a brain of Mobius!
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. Besides, there's no way such a...
From Mobius!
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice. It is Mobius. How dare... That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond... We could have escaped, seen it all for us.
Yeah.
For you? And for science?
Yeah.
I have a strange... Very well, partner.
Yeah. How about that, you guys?
As it had been in the years
Okay.
before the Great War, Big Mountain,
the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century.
Mine.
The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others.
I mean, I would do that. I'm just
Which
very
had
presumptuous.
always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Sync Central Intelligence Unit was impressed by the amount of exploration the courier had undertaken. Facilities believed lost, destroyed, or ones that had simply gotten up and walked
See,
to
it's
new
good to
locations
explore.
had been rediscovered by its intrepid new master. Internally, the artificial personality debated as to whether it preferred the old management to the new, and concluded that the courier's thorough approach to research and investigation was admirable and worthy of its respect.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success.
Yeah, we humans are fickle
These
like that.
failures didn't bother him over much. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The Sync atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
Vault
The
22.
book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately
Oh, this is gonna
orchestrated
be-
assassination attempt.
This is gonna be beautiful.
Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat. One of them eventually transferred to the Lightwave Dynamics plant, and began a long, unrequited affair with one of the holograms.
The thing continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy.
But
except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O. This asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain
Wait.
from sonic invasion in 2910.
2910? That's like fucking...
If you didn't hear about it, good. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches.
That's like 800 years, 700 years later.
He forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Yeah, well, that's on him.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical. Kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again.
Woo.
It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was.
Yeah.
This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after the stealth suit.
I don't like how everything has thoughts. They're buildings.
So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends.
Okay, that's
kept
fine.
breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Damn straight.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape
Damn straight.
well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and
I wonder what it would be like if I guess it wouldn't really matter which side I sided with, because I mean...
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one.
Woo!
The Sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Yeah. Aww. Yeah. Your brain is back. Your skill can't be crippled, but now only 10. That's fine. Oh. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, that's enough now. That's enough now. Oh. No, it's me. I like that. I like that ending a lot. And like I was saying before, I don't think it would matter which side I sided with, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's me. I'm the leader.
Did you know that communists have an organ behind their eyes that converts salt water into fresh? Or, wait, is that penguins?
Oh no.